This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Answering more questions today for the Power Project, brought to you by HowMuchYouBench.net, where we have free shipping for the Slingshot, and the Power Magazine, thepowermagazine.com. We are offering a free digital subscription when you order your version of the hard copy. The question we got for today is from Ben Davis, and he wants to know about explosive power and speed. And his question is, how do I develop more explosive power? How do I become quicker? How do I become faster? One of the issues that many people deal with in their efforts of trying to become faster, a huge hurdle that we all face is trying to get yourself stronger. If you are not strong, you will not be fast. and to that end, if you're not fast, it's sometimes difficult to improve upon your strength. Now, I've run into many athletes who suffer from this problem, and there's a few solutions to it. I'm going to give you a couple of options. Doing regular dynamic work as recommended by Westside Barbell, doing 10 sets of 2, 8 sets of 2, and so on. Those kinds of things can be very beneficial, especially if you already have developed some strength. But if you're really struggling to becoming faster and more explosive, it tells me that you're more than likely probably not that strong overall. Your overall strength is probably not that great. So that's going to be something we're going to have to improve upon, and here's how we're going to do it. We're going to kind of blend some methods together. So I'm going to give you an option that you can utilize on max effort day. It's called the Thompson squat method, invented by the first guy, the only guy to total 3,000 pounds, Donnie Thompson. Donnie Thompson developed a style that allowed him to break world records in the squat and world records in the total. He noticed that by doing just dynamic effort work wasn't quite enough for him. By doing regular max effort work wasn't quite enough for him. So he had to develop his own style. And what he did was he did 5 sets of 2 reps. And each and every set, he added about 20 pounds. Set number 1 would start off at around somewhere between 60 to 70%. If you're a person that struggles with the numbers of percentages and you're unsure of your max and stuff like that, think of it more of as a perceived exertion. So it's going to be like a level 6 you're going to start out. Then you're going to add 20 pounds per set until you get to your last set. So you're going to add 20 pounds each and every set that you do until you've completed 5 sets of 2. After that, if you're still feeling froggy, then you get to leap a little bit. And you can try a couple of singles. You can go up another 20 pounds, try a single, go up another 20 pounds, try a single, and kabam, you're done. So that's something that you would utilize on a max effort day, or possibly instead of a dynamic effort workout. But I would like to see you use that more as a max effort exercise, due to the fact that it's just extremely taxing. It's a real nut buster. I did it yesterday, did kind of a version of it yesterday, and it's brutal. It's something I utilize with my CrossFitters all the time. Regular speed work does not work that great with them, due to the fact that these are a lot of these guys are squatting in the 300 to 400 pound range, and so if they utilize 50% of 400 pounds or utilize 50% of 300 pounds, they're only going to be using 150 to 200 pounds. That is not going to be enough to elicit any sort of great response, even with a band or a chain on there. I don't care how you do it, it's not going to work. It's not going to work out that well. I know, because I have tried it with my athletes before, and it just falls short. It's not enough stimulus, it's not enough work, and these guys, these particular athletes, they feel like they're not doing anything if they're working with those kind of weights. So the percentages need to be higher, even if you are going to do a standard dynamic effort workout. So if you are going to do a standard dynamic effort workout and you do want to follow some of those principles, what I would suggest is that you lower your sets a little bit, get in 6 to 8 sets, And this would be something you would do on a dynamic effort day. And it'd be a little bit similar to the Thompson style squat. You can do 6 to 8 sets, but you're going to use some different weights. Every other set, you're going to change the weight a little bit, and you're going to add about 20 pounds. And we're going to start off with about 60%. So the workout's going to be very similar. And you can do anywhere between 2 to 3 reps would be good. Another thing that you can do is you can do 5s to 5. For some of you guys out there with baby giraffe legs, where the knees are caving in all over the place, you have that stuff going on. I almost shot right up my shorts there. We have the knees caving in and all kinds of craziness going on. Some of you guys just need a little bit more time under tension. Some of you guys need a little bit more tut. So whether you look at it 5 sets of 2, 8 sets of 3, blah blah, Thompson style squat, you're going to start to notice that a lot of the overall repetitions end up being similar. They fall into a similar category. You end up with around 18 to 25 reps, somewhere in that range. 5 sets of 5, you're going to use probably more like 70%. The way that I'd like to see you guys utilize that is that your last set, the last rep of your last set is kind of the hardest one of the day, and it's maybe at a level 8 or so on the exertion face blaster level. So there you have a couple of options to improve explosive power and speed. And you can work on some jumps and you can work on some things like that, but jumping will not make you stronger necessarily. It can enhance your strength in some ways when you're already strong. When you've already developed some strength and some power, you can work on some jumping, and that'll elicit a response that can help you become more explosive. But if you're not already strong, it gets to be very difficult, and situations get to be a little confusing at times. So what I would suggest for you guys out there for now is to do the Thompson style squat on your max effort day, 5 sets of 2, and adding 20 pounds per set. Start at like a level 6, and you should be finishing at like a level 8 or a 9. And on your dynamic effort day, simply take about half the amount of weight that you did on your for your 5 sets of 2, and use it as a recovery day. So let's say you used safety squat bar, and you did your 5 sets of 2 starting out with about 300 pounds. You're only going to use about 150, maybe like 185. And you're going to do about 8 sets of 3 with it. Donnie always liked to do 1 extra rep. And the reason is because it was 1 more than Westside. And he wanted to be better than them, and he ended up doing it with a 3,000 pound total. So anyway, those are some options for you. I've dealt with many athletes who've had trouble building explosive power, and you cannot do it just through speed work. You have to get them strong. That's going to be a main concern for you, Ben Davis. You got to work on getting yourself stronger. So you're going to get faster through getting stronger. And that is it from supertraining.tv.